10 years of pills, 10 years of trying to cope, 10 years of wondering if there was still hope. Every morning counting what the bottle held inside. The miracle is real, I don't have to hide. The doctor said this is the way it has to be. The miracle is real, and it happened to me. The miracle is real, I am standing here today. The miracle is real, love has made a way. Through the diagnosis, through the years of fear and doubt, the miracle is real. Love has broken out into the life I always wanted, into the woman I always was. The miracle is real, and it always was. 6 months of walking toward the shelf I used to need. 6 months of trusting that I'd planted something new in me. And when the doctor looked me in the eyes and said, the miracle is real, nothing to be afraid. The test came back like something from a dream. The miracle is real, nothing is what it seemed. The miracle is real, no more pills, no more fear. The miracle is real, love has brought me here. To the ordinary morning, to the ordinary day. The miracle is real, love has led the way. I rode the subway crying, I walked and cried at lunch, I worked and cried in silence until something broke the clutch of everything that held me in the dark so long. The miracle is real, and now I'm strong. The miracle is real, somebody tell the world. The miracle is real, watch it all unfurl into the beautiful and possible, into the free and the alive. The miracle is real, and I have arrived. Blessing in disguise. I looked at what I had and called it all a loss. I didn't see the gold, I only saw the cross. Every door that closed on me, every road that turned away, blessing in disguise. Love was working every day. I was counting only darkness, missing every hidden light. Blessing in disguise, God was working through the night. Blessing in disguise, every single broken place. Blessing in disguise, every fall from grace. Was the love preparing something? Was the cost. It was in the morning coffee. It was in the sun on glass, hidden everywhere. It was never in the past. I was looking for the miracle in something grand and far, hidden everywhere. In everything that is, God hid the joy in ordinary things. I was searching for a crown, hidden everywhere. Love was never let me down. Hidden everywhere. In the subway ride to work, hidden everywhere. In the smile beneath the hurt of someone on the platform, of someone in the hall, hidden everywhere. Love is in it all. It was in the conflict that I used to run away from fast, hidden everywhere. The gifts were built to last. Every friction, every tension, every uncomfortable day, hidden everywhere. Love was at the gate. When I stopped demanding it show up the way I planned, hidden everywhere. Love was close at hand, hidden everywhere. In the tears that fell at lunch, hidden everywhere. In the unexpected hunch that something was awakening, that something had to change, hidden everywhere. Love rearranged everything into the beautiful, the ordinary and divine. Hidden in the Monday morning, hidden in the traffic jam, hidden in the difficult, in everything I am. Hidden in the child's eyes, hidden in the spouse's face, hidden everywhere. Love fills every space, hidden everywhere. Open up and see, hidden everywhere. Love has set you free from the blindness and the searching in the wrong and distant place, hidden everywhere. Love is in your face. This conflict is my gift. I used to run from trouble, used to hide from every storm. This conflict is my gift. It's how I was reborn. Every difficult encounter addiction. I stopped calling it my fault. This conflict is my gift. Watch me learn and grow into someone who can handle what I couldn't face before. This conflict is my gift. Love opened every door. At the end of every battle, there's a present waiting there. This conflict is my gift. I now know love is everywhere. This conflict is my gift. I'm convinced beyond a doubt. This conflict is my gift. Love will work it out into something I'd have missed if everything had gone my way. This conflict is my gift. Love is here today. I see myself from outside now. I watch myself with grace. This conflict is my gift. Love shows me my face in the mirror of the struggle, in the glass of the hard day. This conflict is my gift, and I am on my way. This conflict is my gift. Somebody say it loud. This conflict is my gift. Sing it to the crowd of everyone still running from the thing that's meant to free. This conflict is my gift. Love has set me free. Watch everything change. I thought the problem was the world around me there. Watch everything change once I began to care for what was happening inside me, for the voice I'd long ignored. Watch everything change. Love opened a new door. My husband started shifting in a way I prayed to see. Watch everything change. It started inside me. My children, how I saw them moving from the fear to trust. Watched everything change. This was love adjusting from somewhere across the years. My future self, standing beyond my fears. She'd been where I was standing, in the wreckage and the rain. My future self, and she was smiling through the pain. She didn't come to rescue me, she came to let me see my future self. Yourself, help me understand that the storm was not the story, it was just the middle part. My future self knew love from the start. She watched me from the future with the calm and knowing smile. My future self is living in the light that I am slowly walking toward through every heavy day. My future self is showing me the way. I can see her on the platform while I cried into my sleep. My future self was whispering, says everything's alright. Anyone can heal. Hey, you don't need the fancy office, you don't need the perfect guide. Anyone can heal. Love is waiting inside. You don't need a special status, you don't need to be the one. Anyone can heal. Love has already begun. The principle is simple, though the journey may be long. Anyone can heal. Love will make Anyone can heal. Love is speaking through the person next to you now, the stranger and the friend. Anyone can heal. Love has no end. Anyone can heal. Stand up and say it now. Anyone can heal. Love will show you how. Take the medicine of listening. Take the cure of being seen. Anyone can heal. Love knows what you Look inside. I was searching on the outside for the answer to my ache. Look inside. That's the only move to make. Everything that troubled me was pointing to a room. Look inside, beyond the noise and gloom. Not a pill, not a prescription, not a diagnosis name. Look inside. Love will do the same. Look inside, where the restless mind began. Look inside, find the frightened child again, and hold her in the knowing that the storm was never her. Look inside, love will start to stir. Something in the depth of you that hasn't been awake. Look inside, that's all it takes. The anxiety, the scattering, the mind that wouldn't still. Look inside, beneath the pain there's skill. A heart that was protecting from a wound too old to name. Look inside, love is not to blame. When the root is seen clearly, all the symptoms start to clear. Look inside. that job I couldn't keep. Everything has a reason. It wasn't failure, it was steep. Inclined toward the learning of the thing I had known. Everything has a reason. Love was watching me grow. I was too close to see it when I stood inside the storm. Everything has a reason. Love was keeping me warm. Everything has a reason. Every door that would not stay. Everything has a reason. Love was clearing out the way for the freedom and the knowing, for the woman I'd become. Everything has a reason. Love is never done. Working in the background, working in the deep. Everything has a reason. Love is ours to keep. I met that person who misused me. I met that year of pain. Everything has a reason. Love was in the rain, breaking down the rigid, breaking open what was closed. Everything has a reason. That's what healing shows. When you see the fuller picture from the outside looking in, everything has a reason. Love will always win. Everything has a reason. Reinterpret what you see. Everything has a reason. Love was setting free the version of yourself that's waiting as the story that you told. Everything has a reason. Love is solid gold. That person who constrained me gave me freedom in return. Everything has a reason. Love has so much more to learn through me and through you, through every broken seam. Everything has a reason. Love redeems the dream. Everything has a reason. Nothing was a waste. Everything has a reason. Love was in the haste of every stumble, every misstep, every road that seemed so wrong. Everything has a reason. Love was all one small story. You think your story's too small to matter to the world. One small story, watch the love unfurl. From one heart to 1,000, from one dawn to a sky. One small story, and someone learns to fly.